Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that isn't just worth a few cents but could be worth $80,000, $100,000, or even $150,000. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. There is a very rare coin called the 2000 D Maryland quarter error, and it is one of the most exciting and valuable coins in the world today. If you love coins or even just like stories about rare treasures, you're going to want to hear all about this one. Back in 1999, the U.S. government started a program called the 50 State Quarters. This program made special quarters for every state, each with a unique design on the back. The idea was to celebrate the history and culture of each state. It became super popular because people loved collecting all the different designs. Maryland was the seventh state to get its own quarter, and its coin came out in the year 2000. The Maryland quarter has a beautiful design on the back. It shows the Maryland state flag, which is full of colors and patterns. It's one of the most colorful and eye-catching state quarters. Now, coins are made by machines that press metal blanks with special designs. Sometimes, mistakes happen in this process. These mistakes are called errors, and some error coins become very valuable. The 2000 D Maryland quarter error is one of those special coins. The D means the coin was made at the Denver Mint, which is one of the places where U.S. coins are produced. Most quarters from Denver carry the D Mint mark to show where they were made. What makes the 2000 D Maryland quarter so special is that it has a mistake called a double die error on the front side of the coin. The front of a quarter shows George Washington's face along with the words, Liberty, the year, and, In God We Trust. A double die error happens when the design is stamped twice on the coin but slightly off, making some parts look doubled or blurry. This doubling is easy to see if you look closely. On the 2000 D Maryland quarter error, the year, 2000, looks like it was stamped twice. The numbers look like they are shadowed or doubled. Also, the words, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, may appear doubled or thickened. Even George Washington's face can look a little strange because of the doubling. This error is very rare because the Mint noticed the mistake early and stopped making these coins quickly. That means only a small number of these error quarters exist, making them very valuable for collectors. Most quarters from 2000 are worth only 25 cents or a little more if they are special proof coins. But this rare error quarter is in a whole different league. Depending on how good the condition is, these coins can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Some of the best examples have sold at auctions for around $80,000, $100,000, or even $150,000. That's an incredible amount for a coin you might find in your pocket. Collectors love error coins like this because they are rare, interesting, and tell a story about how coins are made. A double die error like this is very exciting because it shows a mistake in the minting process that turned a regular quarter into a unique treasure. If you want to know if you have one of these rare error quarters, here's what to do. Look closely at the date, 2000, on the front of the coin. If it looks like the numbers are doubled or shadowed, that's a big clue. Check the words, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, for doubling or thickening. Look carefully at George Washington's face too. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe if you have one. If your coin matches these signs, you should get it checked by a professional. Companies like PCGS or NGC can grade and certify your coin. This means experts will confirm that it is real and tell you how good its condition is. Certified coins usually sell for much more money. You might wonder, why do error coins like this get so much money? Well, it's about how rare and special they are. Coins are made by machines, and usually, everything comes out perfect. When a mistake like this happens, it's very uncommon, so collectors want to own them. There have been other famous error coins in history, like the 1955 double-die penny. That coin is also very valuable because it shows the same kind of mistake. The 2000 D Maryland quarter error is like that, but it's even rarer because it is from modern times and the 50 state quarters program is so popular. Coins like this are also good investments. Unlike regular coins or cash, rare error coins often keep or increase their value over time. If you buy one and keep it in good condition, it could be worth even more in the future. Many people collect coins not just for fun but also as a way to protect their money and grow their wealth. The 2000 D Maryland quarter error shows how something small and simple can become very special just because of a little mistake. It reminds us that history and luck often come together in surprising ways. So next time you find a quarter, don't just toss it aside. Look closely, especially if it's from the year 2000 from Denver. You might be holding a coin worth up to $150,000. It could be one of the rarest coins out there. If you like this story and want to learn about other rare coins and treasures, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I love sharing cool stories about coins and hidden treasures with you. And if you ever find a coin you think might be special, leave a comment or message. Maybe together we can find your next big treasure. Thank you for watching and happy hunting. Remember, sometimes the most valuable things come in the smallest packages, like a little quarter with a huge surprise. Imagine finding a regular-looking quarter in your pocket, and learning it could be worth $98,000, $120,000, or even $158,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true, some rare error quarters have sold for shocking amounts. Today, we're going to talk about one very special coin that might be hiding in plain sight, the 2001 P New York State Quarter. It's part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarter series, and while most of these are common, a few have rare errors that make them worth serious money. So don't go anywhere, because by the end of this video, you'll know what to look for, and you might even have one of these valuable coins yourself. Back in 2001, the U.S. Mint released a quarter to honor the state of New York. Over 1 billion were made, which means they're everywhere. The coin shows the shape of New York State, the Statue of Liberty, and lines representing the Hudson River and trade routes. Most of these coins are only worth 25 cents. But a small number have rare mistakes that happen during the minting process. These mistakes are called errors, and collectors go wild for them. One of the most talked about errors on the 2001 P New York quarter is something called a double die. That means part of the coin's design was stamped twice by accident, creating a shadow effect. You might see doubled letters or numbers, especially in the words e pluribus unum or the date. It sounds small, but collectors love this kind of thing. A strong double die, especially in great condition, can sell for $300 to $2,500, and sometimes more. Another exciting type of error is called a double strike. That's when the coin is hit twice by the machine, but not in the exact same place. It makes the design look kind of doubled, like two images overlapping. If the second strike is way off center, the coin becomes even more valuable. One double-struck New York quarter with a big off-center hit has sold for thousands of dollars. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Some coin collectors believe that the perfect storm of errors could create a coin so rare, so strange, and in such perfect condition, that it might sell for an insane amount, like $98,000, $120,000, or even $158,000. While no New York error quarter has officially sold for that much yet, it's possible that one amazing example is still out there, waiting to be found. And yes, it could be sitting in someone's change jar right now. It's happened before with other coins. The most famous example is the 2000 P Mule coin. That's when a Sacagawea dollar was accidentally struck with the front of a Washington quarter. Only a few exist, but one of them sold for over $150,000. So when collectors say a New York error quarter could be worth close to that, it's not just hype, it's based on real history. Now let's talk about what makes a coin really valuable. First, the condition matters a lot. If your coin is scratched, worn out, or dirty, even a rare error might not be worth much. But if it's super clean, shiny, and looks brand new, that's a different story. Coins like that get higher grades from professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A coin graded MS-65 or higher can sell for way more than one in bad shape. Second, not all errors are worth big money. Small problems like tiny cracks or dull edges might add a few dollars, but not thousands. What you really want is a dramatic error, big doubling, strong off-center strikes, or weird shapes caused by broken dies. If your quarter has something like that, it's worth checking out. If you think you have one of these rare coins, don't clean it. Cleaning can actually hurt the value. Instead, keep it safe in a coin holder or a soft pouch, and consider getting it checked by a pro. You can send it to PCGS or NGC to be graded and certified. That way, if it's truly rare, collectors will take it seriously, and you might be sitting on a goldmine. So how does a coin go from being worth 25 cents to possibly $158,000? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. There might only be a few of a certain error in the whole world. If 2 or more collectors want the same coin, the price can shoot up fast. That's why coins with big visible errors in top condition can sometimes sell for life-changing amounts of money. Let's imagine the dream scenario. You pull out a 2001 P New York quarter and it has a clear double strike, with the second image 50% off to the side. The letters are clearly doubled, and the coin looks brand new, no scratches, no wear. It gets graded MS-68, one of the highest possible grades. A coin like that would be almost one of a kind. And if 2 collectors really want it, that's where you could see prices hit $98,000, $120,000, or even $158,000. Now, I want to be honest. Most 2001 P New York quarters won't be worth that much. In fact, most error versions top out around $2,500, and even that's only for the best of the best. But the idea that one super rare coin could be out there, that's what makes collecting so exciting. It's like treasure hunting. Every time you get change at the store, you might be holding something rare without even knowing it. So take a minute, go through your coins. Look for 2001 quarters with the P mint mark. Look closely at the words, the numbers, and the edges. Use a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone camera. If something looks strange, it might be worth researching or showing to a coin dealer. You never know what you'll find. And if this video gets you curious, keep learning. There are websites and YouTube channels that teach you all about coin errors and values. The more you know, the better your chances of spotting something valuable. Before you go, remember this: a simple quarter could change your life. It's not just a piece of metal, it's history, it's art, and sometimes, it's a lottery ticket. So next time you see a 2001 P New York State quarter, take a second look. Because the next 6-figure coin might be hiding right in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you found this interesting. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a cool coin, or if you think you might have one of these rare New York quarters. Who knows? You might be the next collector with a 6-figure story to tell. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a full voiceover script, YouTube short version, or paired with visuals. Did you know that a regular-looking quarter from the year 2000 could be worth $80,000, maybe even $100,000 or more? Yes, really. One of the most common coins in your pocket, a simple 25-cent piece, could turn into a small fortune if you happen to find the right one. And the crazy part? You might already have it lying around in a coin jar, purse, or even under your car seat. In this video, we're talking about the 2000 South Carolina State quarter and a rare error that could make it one of the most valuable quarters ever discovered. So stay with me to the end, because if you've got the right coin, your life could change with just one flip. Let's start with what this coin is. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint released the South Carolina State quarter as part of the 50 State Quarters program. On the back of the coin, you'll see a palmetto tree, a bird called the Carolina wren, and the state's outline. That's the design. It was made in huge numbers. Over 566 million coins were struck at the Denver Mint. That's why it's so common today. Most of them are still only worth 25 cents. Even clean ones in shiny, uncirculated condition usually only sell for $1 or $2. So why are we saying it could be worth $80,000 or more? It's all about errors. When the mint makes a mistake while creating a coin, that coin becomes special to collectors. These are called error coins, and some of them sell for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on how rare or strange the error is. Most people never notice these errors, because they can be very small or hard to see. But collectors pay big money for them. Sometimes huge money. Some of the common types of mint errors include coins that are struck off-center, meaning the design is pushed too far to one side. Or a coin could have been struck multiple times, so the image is blurry or doubled. Another error is a clipped planchet, where a small piece of the coin is missing from the edge. There are also double die errors, where parts of the image or letters appear to be printed twice. Then there are more rare and dramatic mistakes, like coins made with the wrong metal or even coins that were struck using dies from different coins. These are called mule errors. Now, when it comes to the 2000D South Carolina quarter, most of them are normal. But there have been some reports of errors like off-center strikes and die cracks on the tree or letters. These small errors might make the coin worth $10, $50, or maybe even $100. That's not bad for a quarter. But the real treasure, the one worth $80,000 or even up to $150,000, would be a rare, dramatic, and possibly never before seen error that hasn't been fully documented yet. That's why collectors and experts are always looking closely at these coins. One thing that makes people so excited about the 2000D South Carolina quarter is that there are rumors of a super rare error that might exist but hasn't been widely found yet. Some believe there could be a version of the coin struck on the wrong metal, or possibly a mule error where one side is the South Carolina quarter and the other side is from a different coin, like a Sacagawea dollar. Errors like that have happened before with other coins. For example, a mule coin from the year 2000, which had a state quarter on one side and a Sacagawea dollar on the other, sold for $66,000. That's just one coin. And if something similar happened with the South Carolina quarter, and it hasn't been found yet, it could easily be worth $80,000, $100,000, or even $150,000, especially if it's the only one of its kind. Even if your 2000D South Carolina quarter doesn't have a big error, if it's in perfect condition like never used, no scratches, and graded by a professional as MS-68 or MS-69, it could still be worth a few $1,000s. One South Carolina quarter from the Philadelphia Mint, graded MS-69, sold for over $3,500. That's just for being in perfect shape. So condition matters too. So what should you do? Start by checking your change. Look through your coin jars, wallets, and drawers. Find any quarters from the year 2000. Flip them over and look for the South Carolina design. If the front has a small D under the words "In God We Trust," that means it was made in Denver. That's the one you want to check closely. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone camera zoomed in. Look at the edges. Look at the lettering. Is anything doubled? Is part of the design missing? Is the image off-center? Does the metal look strange, like a different color or texture? These are all signs that your quarter might be an error coin. If you think you have something weird or special, don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin the coin and make it worth less. Instead, take it to a coin expert or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can look at your coin, confirm if it's a real error, and give it a grade. Then you can know for sure what it's worth. And if you're lucky, it could be tens of thousands of dollars or more. Now, just to be honest, most 2000D South Carolina quarters are not worth big money. Most are just quarters. But the chance that one could be hiding a rare error makes it fun to look. And the fact that a few coins from this series have already sold for thousands, or even tens of thousands in the case of rare mule errors, means that the $80,000 or $100,000 number is not impossible. It just hasn't been found or confirmed yet. That's the mystery and that's the treasure hunt. So if you want to join in, check your coins. It costs nothing to look. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the first person to find that rare 2000D South Carolina quarter with the error that blows everyone away and becomes the next six-figure sale. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin tips, facts, and stories about hidden treasures in your pocket. You never know what you'll find next. Did you know that a regular-looking quarter from the year 2000 could be worth $80,000, maybe even $100,000 or more? Yes, really. One of the most common coins in your pocket, a simple 25-cent piece, could turn into a small fortune if you happen to find the right one. And the crazy part? You might already have it lying around in a coin jar, purse, or even under your car seat. In this video, we're talking about the 2000 South Carolina state quarter and a rare error that could make it one of the most valuable quarters ever discovered. So stay with me to the end, because if you've got the right coin, your life could change with just one flip. Let's start with what this coin is. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint released the South Carolina state quarter as part of the 50 state quarters program. On the back of the coin, you'll see a palmetto tree, a bird called the Carolina wren, and the state's outline. That's the design. It was made in huge numbers. Over 566 million coins were struck at the Denver Mint. That's why it's so common today. Most of them are still only worth 25 cents. Even clean ones in shiny, uncirculated condition usually only sell for $1 or $2. So why are we saying it could be worth $80,000 or more? It's all about errors. When the mint makes a mistake while creating a coin, that coin becomes special to collectors. These are called error coins, and some of them sell for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on how rare or strange the error is. Most people never notice these errors, because they can be very small or hard to see. But collectors pay big money for them. Sometimes huge money. Some of the common types of mint errors include coins that are struck off-center, meaning the design is pushed too far to one side. Or a coin could have been struck multiple times, so the image is blurry or doubled. Another error is a clipped planchet, where a small piece of the coin is missing from the edge. There are also double die errors, where parts of the image or letters appear to be printed twice. Then there are more rare and dramatic mistakes, like coins made with the wrong metal or even coins that were struck using dies from different coins. These are called mule errors. Now, when it comes to the 2000 South Carolina quarter, most of them are normal. But there have been some reports of errors like off-center strikes and die cracks on the tree or letters. These small errors might make the coin worth $10, $50, or maybe even $100. That's not bad for a quarter. But the real treasure, the one worth $80,000 or even up to $150,000, would be a rare, dramatic, and possibly never before seen error that hasn't been fully documented yet. That's why collectors and experts are always looking closely at these coins. Did you know that a simple quarter from 1999 could be worth up to $96,000, $120,000, or even $170,000? Yes, you heard that right. A small coin that looks just like the one in your pocket could actually be a hidden treasure. It might seem like a regular 25-cent piece, but if it has a rare mistake called an error, it could change your life. Stay with me, because in this video, we're diving into the story of the 1999 Connecticut state quarter and how just a few of them turned into valuable collector's items worth tens of thousands of dollars. At the end, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to check your own coins. The 1999 Connecticut quarter was part of the 50 state quarters program from the U.S. Mint. It features the famous charter oak tree, which is a big part of Connecticut's history. Millions of these coins were made of more than 600 million at the Philadelphia Mint alone. Most of them are only worth their face value, just 25 cents. But a few special ones came out with mistakes from the mint, and those are the ones collectors are hunting for. So, what kind of mistakes are we talking about? The most famous and valuable version of this quarter was accidentally made using the wrong type of coin blank. Instead of being struck on a regular quarter blank, it was struck on a Sacagawea dollar blank. That means the quarter design was placed on a coin that was meant to be $1, making it heavier, thicker, and a different color, more like golden or dull yellow instead of silver. This kind of error is super rare. A few people have found these and sold them for huge amounts of money, up to $10,000, $96,000, and some reports even say one sold for $170,000. That's the kind of money that could buy a car, pay off debt, or even make a down payment on a house, all from one coin. If you think that's exciting, it gets better. There are other types of mistakes too. Some 1999 quarters have something called a blockage error, which happens when a coin gets stuck in the machine and stamps onto another coin, leaving a mirror image. These are easy to spot because one side looks strange or pressed in. One of these Connecticut Brockage coins sold for over $3,000. There are also rotated die errors, where the front and back of the coin don't line up right. For example, if you flip a normal coin, the heads and tails should be opposite each other. But on a rotated die coin, they're at weird angles. Some people have sold these for a few $100s. Another kind of mistake is when the coin is struck more than once. That means it was hit 2 or 3 times by the stamping machine, so the design is off-center or doubled. Some of these have sold for $500 to $800 depending on how dramatic the error is. A triple strike with the Connecticut quarter could be worth serious money if it's in good condition. There are also coins that are struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or pushed to the side. The more off-center it is, the more it can be worth. Sometimes $100 to $500 or more if the date is still visible. Another thing to look out for is die cracks or chips, which are small bumps or lines on the coin that come from broken or worn-out dies at the mint. These aren't worth as much, but some can still sell for $10 to $100 depending on how noticeable the flaw is. So now you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these special coins? Good question. First, pick up the coin and look closely. If the coin is heavier than a regular quarter, or feels thicker, that's a good sign. A normal quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it weighs more than that, around 6 grams or more, it might be on a dollar blank. Also, check the edge. A regular quarter has small ridges all the way around, but the dollar blank has a smooth edge. So if your 1999 Connecticut quarter has no ridges, that could be a big clue. Next, look at the color. A regular quarter is silver looking, but the dollar planchet is more golden or yellow. If it looks off in color, that's another sign. Use a small magnifying glass or your phone camera to zoom in. Look for anything that looks doubled, strange, or out of place. If you see any letters that appear to be stamped twice, like a shadow, you might have a doubled die. Another easy trick is to hold the coin flat, flip it over from top to bottom, and see if the front and back line up. If the back is rotated or crooked, it could be a rotated die error. If the coin looks lopsided or part of the design is missing, it might be off-center or a multiple strike. If you find anything strange and you're not sure, don't throw it away or spend it. Instead, take clear pictures and send them to a professional coin grader like PCGS or NGC. These companies can check the coin and tell you exactly what kind of error it is. If it's a big one, they'll even certify it and give it a grade, which can increase the value a lot. Certified coins sell for more because buyers trust that they're real. Now, just to be clear, not every 1999 Connecticut quarter is worth money. Most of them are common and will never be worth more than $1 or $2, even in perfect shape. A regular uncirculated quarter from 1999 might sell for $1 to $3, and high-grade ones in mint condition might sell for up to $20 or $50. But if you find an error, especially one of those rare Sacagawea dollar planchet strikes, you could be looking at tens of thousands of dollars. So keep checking your pocket change. Look in your old coin jars, ask your friends and family if they have any 1999 Connecticut quarters, and go through them carefully. You never know, you could be holding a $120,000 coin without even realizing it. Thanks for watching this video and sticking with me to the end. If you found this interesting, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment if you've got a coin you want us to check out, or if you've ever found something cool. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and may you find a rare treasure in your own pocket soon.